All right, everybody, welcome back. You know how we all love to geek out on leadership around here, whether we're the ones trying to be better leaders or, let's be honest, just trying to survive some not-so-great ones.
You know it.
Well, today, we're diving deep into a classic, John Maxwell's How Successful People Lead.
Always relevant.
Always. And we're starting right at the beginning with Chapter 1, Position-Based Leadership.
Good place to start.
Right. That's like Maxwell saying, hey, sometimes the only reason you're called a leader is just because you got the job title. Ever had one of those bosses?
It's funny.
Where they're in charge, but they're not really leading. Not exactly inspiring the troops, are they?
Uh-huh.
So help us out here. What's the deal with this whole level 1 leadership thing?
So Maxwell basically says this is the ground floor, right? It's all about the authority that comes from your position, not from, any kind of influence you've actually earned.
Okay, so people listen because they have to.
Yeah.
Not because they want to. So you're telling me at this level, you're basically just struggling to get people to, do the bare minimum.
Pretty much. You might get them to obey, but you're not going to get that deep commitment. They'll do just enough to not get in trouble, but they're not going to go above and beyond.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It reminds me of this manager I had once. Ugh, this guy, it was all about delegating tasks, but he didn't do anything to, empower us.
I'm not the type.
Our ideas, our individual contributions, it's like they didn't even matter. We were just cogs in a machine, man.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what leads to frustration on both sides.
Both sides.
Yeah. The employees feel totally undervalued, right? And then the leader, they feel like they're pushing a boulder uphill all the time.
Oh, yeah. That's exhausting.
It is. And if you want to know if a workplace is stuck at level 1 leadership, just look at their turnover rate. High turnover. Classic sign.
Okay, so just because it says manager on your business card doesn't automatically make you a good leader. Got it. But then the question is, why do some people get stuck there?
Well, Maxwell gives us a few reasons, right? Some people, they just straight up confuse power with leadership. They love control, and they think that's the same as being influential.
Gotcha.
And then there's the ones who just assume that respect comes automatically with the title.
Oh, yeah, like those movie bosses who are all respect my authority.
Exactly.
Or Gammon, who actually acts like that in real life.
Surprisingly, more than you'd think.
Seriously.
But yeah, it doesn't work in the long run because real leadership isn't about forcing people to do stuff. It's about inspiring them.
So how do we do that? How do we level up and become the kind of leader that people actually want to follow? Give us the roadmap.
Okay, so that's where the real work starts, right?
Hit me with it.
But it's also where it gets exciting.
I like exciting.
Maxwell says that the key is remembering it's not about the position, it's about the person.
Oh, I like
The job title. That's just the starting line.
Okay, so how do we actually build that influence?
Yeah.
How do we level up?
Maxwell breaks it down into 4 main steps.
Right, lay them on me.
First, building relationships. Second, demonstrating competence.
Right.
Third, serving others. And finally, earning trust and respect.
All right, let's break these down a little. Starting with building relationships. What exactly does Maxwell mean by that?
Well, it's more than just knowing everyone's names, right? You got to really understand what makes your team tick. What are their goals? What motivates them? What are they good at? And, what are they not so good at?
Yeah.
It's about being invested in those relationships so you can build a strong foundation. Think about it. Have you ever had a leader who really made you feel supported?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Didn't it make you want to go the extra mile for them?
Absolutely. I mean, when I feel like I'm heard and understood, I'm way more engaged.
Exactly.
What about demonstrating competence? How do you do that effectively?
You got to walk the walk. Expertise, that's what earns you respect. Think about a time when you were working on something really complicated and a leader who you knew had the skills, they stepped in to help.
I've been there.
You felt that sense of relief, didn't you? That's the power of competence. It inspires people to trust you as a leader.
So it's not about just barking orders. It's about being a resource for your team, showing them you can handle the tough stuff.
Exactly. And that actually leads into the next step, serving others. Maxwell says that real leadership isn't about promoting yourself. It's about helping other people grow.
I like that. But how do you do that without getting taken advantage of?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do you balance that with setting boundaries?
That's a good question. And it is a delicate balance. But serving others isn't about being a pushover. It's about empowering your team so that they can reach their full potential.
Right.
It's about giving them guidance, resources, opportunities to grow.
So finding that sweet spot where you're supportive, but you're still setting clear expectations.
Exactly. And that takes us to that final step, earning trust and respect. This isn't about trying to be everybody's best friend. It's about consistently acting with integrity.
Being fair. Okay, so you're saying that leadership is about the person, not the position. But let's be real, some roles just come with more influence than others, right? Like a CEO versus a team lead. How do you navigate that?
You're right. There's definitely built-in power dynamics based on where you are in the hierarchy, right? But real leadership, it can transcend those limitations.
Interesting.
Think about it. You can have somebody in a high-level position who just doesn't have any respect because they haven't earned it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And then on the flip side, you can have someone who's not officially in a leadership role, but everyone respects them because of their character and how good they are at what they do.
So even if you're the CEO, you still have to put in the work to earn your team's respect.
Absolutely. And that goes back to those 4 steps, right? Building relationships, proving your competence, serving others, earning trust. Those are what build real influence, no matter what your job title is.
So the takeaway here is don't chase followers. Become someone worth following.
I like that. It's a good way to put it. True leadership, you have to earn it. It's not just given to you.
And we're just getting started. This was just chapter 1. Maxwell's given us a lot to think about. So listeners, take a minute. Think about your own leadership journey.
Where are you at?
What really resonated with you today? Is there something you want to work on to level up?
Yeah, good stuff to think about.
Maxwell's giving us a seriously solid foundation here. Leadership isn't about bossing people around. It's about inspiring them to work together to achieve something bigger than themselves.
And here's a parting thought for you all. How are you using your position to build real influence? Are you leading from a place of authority or a place of inspiration?
Ooh, good question.
It's something to really consider because real leadership, it's a journey. It never stops.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. See you next time.
Take care.
All right.
What?